started, everybody. Welcome to the business opportunity overview for Wealth Builders and Uforia. My name is Rob Puddles. I'll be your host out of Baltimore tonight. We're going to go over with you a little bit about our product, a little bit about why Uforia, why we're different, unique. I know you hear that all the time. A little bit about our business plan, our compensation overview, and how to get started. But first, I just want to tell you, because this is such an overkill when people hear, oh, how we're different and how we're, unique. And you hear that about all these products that are out there, and it's almost like it's played out. You don't even want to hear it anymore. But I'm going to share with you tonight, when you hear the word exclusive and proprietary, maybe some of you watch the Shark Tank. The Shark Tank is one of my favorite shows. Mr. Wonderful is one of my favorite sharks. And oftentimes when he's being pitched a product or they're being shown a service or a product, what they're looking for in that Shark Tank are things that are exclusive and proprietary, things that have some intellectual property and cannot be knocked off and duplicated. That's exactly what the sharks look for on that nationwide program. You have a lot of money to invest in companies, a lot of money to put out there in products. And sometimes you'll hear Mr. Wonderful say, what makes you think they're not going to crush you like the cockroach you are? Meaning the big boy is going to crush you like the cockroach you are. So I want to share that because what we're going to share with you tonight definitely meets that type of exclusive and proprietary. Not something that anyone's just going to go out there and rip off and duplicate, knock off. So we're going to talk to you tonight about some exclusive and proprietary technology and a one-of-a-kind opportunity. Next slide. What about our friends at eBay, Amazon, and Wayfair? Talking about exclusive. Now I'm a customer. I've probably ordered stuff this week from Amazon. But if you're a business builder and you're building a product, you're building a company, and you're putting your product out there into the marketplace, I have a question for you. If your customers or business partners Google your product, how does it make you feel when they find the product on these websites and others? And not only do they find it, but they find it cheaper. How does that make you feel when you're trying to build a business? When you're trying to retain customers on a product and that very same product is found not only on these websites, but a host of other websites. Folks, that's just not something that's going to help you, me, or anybody build your business. As a matter of fact, you're going to have them come in the front door, you create the awareness, you share the story, you sell the sizzle, somebody tries your whatever the product is, and you wind up losing them out the back door because when they go to buy it next time, they circumvent you because they found it for cheaper. And can you blame them? That's just what people do. So although I'm a customer of these websites, there could be a double-edged sword here, because if you don't have a product that's proprietary, exclusive, that they can only get at one place, and that product does wind up on these sites, kind of hard to build. Next slide.
For decades, everyone's been telling us what nutritional supplements our bodies need. Throughout generations, our DNA is already known. And today, one company takes human history into the 21st century. Because every body is unique. And your DNA is the authority on your body's nutritional needs. Introducing Uforia, a nutritional supplement unique to every one of us because it's custom designed for each of us based on our DNA. No more guessing. No more risking deficiency or toxicity. No more wasting money. just 100% you. Customized design, delivered to your door, and affordable. Your parents gave you your DNA. But this isn't your parents' nutrition. This is your own designer nutrition. This is your Utrition. Uforia. Being you never felt better.
All right, just a little 2-minute overview there, a little bit about Uforia. Some of you may have seen that video, some of you may have been the first time. So on to this slide, intellectual software, 20 years in the making, and our product is made for you. And in fact, it's not a DNA test or any other type of questionnaire or assessment, and then we use that to guide you to products that are in the marketplace or on a store shelf. Because there are companies that do that, and I'm not bashing what they do. It certainly beats walking into the store and blindly guessing what it is that you need, and you're just guessing. Or being pitched by a salesperson that works for a company, and they're telling you why their berry bark or seaweed is exactly what you should take, along with a 10-minute sales pitch. Or turning on QVC or HSN and hearing the same pitch from a celebrity or an athlete telling you. So the guided nutrition, guided after they do the assessments, after they do blood work, after they do a questionnaire, after they do a urine test or whatever, guided is certainly better than blind. But personalization, it doesn't get any better than that. And that's exactly what this is. So you may ask, how personal is the product? The machine will make over 400 million different possible formulations of our product, one made for you. Over 400 million different possible formulas, right down to the milligram, one with your name on it. Next slide. The beginning of the end of blind nutrition. So I'll repeat that again. It's the beginning of the end. It's two words are complete opposite. So it's the beginning of customized nutrition and the end of blind nutrition, because up until now, customers' choices were to walk into a store and have hundreds of choices to choose from and literally guess what it is that they should take. They're literally intimidated by looking at all of the different marketing, all the different cans and bottles and all the different ingredients and all the different everything. And they're literally confused as to what it is that they should take. Then, as I said, you can talk to somebody that sells a product with a certain company, and after 10 or 15 minutes, you'd swear you should take that product. Until you talk to another distributor that's with a different company, that has a different product with a different ingredient, and after a 10-minute pitch, you'd swear that you should take that product. Until you talk to somebody that's with another company, and then they tell you about their secret sauce. And I'm telling you what, after about 10 or 15 minutes of that conversation, you'd swear you should take that product. So the truth is, what is it that you should take? And if we're all different, why would any one product work for everybody? That's like one size shoe would work for everybody, or one size suit, or one size dress. One size fit all is absolutely insane, especially when it comes down to health and wellness products. So the blind nutrition versus the designer nutrition versus the customized nutrition. I'm going to ask you a question. If you're on the call right now, you live anywhere you want to around this country. If I were to ask you, do you remember Blockbuster Video? How many people would say, yeah, I remember Blockbuster Video. Yeah, I remember a Hollywood Video. Do you remember Hollywood Videos? Some of you don't. Maybe they weren't as big as Blockbuster. But if I were to ask you this next question, do you think Blockbuster Video is going to come back? Most people are going to say what? They're going to say no. You know? Now, do you remember growing up? I just turned 50 this week. I remember growing up listening to my music on a vinyl record. I remember cassette tapes. I remember 8-tracks. I even remember CDs. But now most people seem to listen to music on digital format. And whether it's a device that just sits in the palm of their hand, they plug in their little earbuds, and there's thousands of choices of music to listen to. And you don't need a cassette tape or the vinyl record. So do you guys remember listening to music in that format? Do you think they're coming back? No. Why? Because there's a better mousetrap. There's a better way today to listen to music for the customer, for the end user. Just like there's a better way to watch a movie. You don't have to leave your home. You can just pick up the remote control and hit Netflix or pay-per-view through Comcast or Verizon or whoever you're with, and probably just not even leave the comfort of your living room and just push a button. There's a better solution today. There's a better mousetrap today. When we say the beginning of the end of blind nutrition, folks, any product that's out there right now, I don't care who it is. I don't care what company they are. I don't care how magical the mushroom is, how sweet the berry is. I don't care how the ORAC score is. I don't care about any of that nonsense. That's all smoke and mirrors, hype and BS. One size fit all nutrition, listen carefully, is about to become the vinyl record. One size fit all nutrition is about to turn into the blockbuster video. You are witnessing what you're hearing tonight and what you're seeing right now, whether it was by accident or you were invited. You were at the very, very forefront of a paradigm shift in the way the marketplace will receive health, wellness, and beauty products. It will no longer be a sales pitch. It'll no longer be guessing. It'll simply be swabbing their cheek, made for them. Think about it. There's no sales pitch. Your DNA doesn't lie. It's just swab the cheek, send it in. What do you need? You don't really know until the test is done. How much of it do you need? You really won't know until the test is done. One size fit all nutrition is about to become extinct. Think about Uber. If I were to mention Uber 5 years ago, would you have even known what the word is? Travelers already existed. Uber came into the marketplace. Why did they take such a share of the marketplace? Did they invent transportation? No. They just gave a better solution. People didn't need to call a dispatcher. They actually got to drive in a better car. They actually got to use an app, know when the driver's coming, didn't need to dig in their pocket to give a driver money and wait for change. There's so many reasons why Uber took a big lion's share of the market. Is Uber in your city? Are you on this call? Have you heard of Uber? Have you ever been in an Uber? Chances are you've heard of it. Some of you've ridden in an Uber. And the question is, how quickly did it take Uber to penetrate the marketplace? Why did it take such a short amount of time? Because it was a better mousetrap to the consumer. And it doesn't take a sales pitch when you offer a better mousetrap. Next slide. World-class lab, HIPAA compliant, CLIA certified. It's all you need to know. Not even going to get into the lab thing, because if you're worried about the protection of your DNA, we do it. That's what the HIPAA compliant, the CLIA certification is. It's the highest standards you could possibly have when it comes to a lab. Next slide. Nutritionator. I started this presentation by talking about proprietary, exclusive, intellectual property. This machine right here is the one and only of its kind on planet Earth. It didn't exist. It was designed, engineered, and built specifically for us, and it took almost 3 years to do it. This machine will run 3,400 orders in an 8-hour shift, and it will produce over 400 million different possible formulations. One made for you. Next slide. What genes do we test? Right now we test 18 genes. There's 2 things you need to know. In order for us to assess a gene, it has to have a profound impact on the way we're going to age. Your second toe being bigger than your first toe is not a profound impact. on the way you're going to age. Having a full head of hair, no hair, or inheriting like I did and having what I call a half a head of hair is not going to have an impact on the way you're going to age regarding your health. These genes are considered heavy lifters. They will have a profound impact in the way we age. Number two, you see the word actionable. All actionable means is that we can change the expression of the gene through certain ingredients. We can change the expression of the gene with certain nutrition, certain nutrients in certain amounts. And I'll give you one example, the caterpillar and the butterfly. If the caterpillar did not get the right nutrition, it didn't experience genetic expression, you would not get the butterfly. You have to have genetic expression in order to get the butterfly. If the caterpillar's DNA was tested and the butterfly's DNA was tested, it would be the same. The DNA will not change. Next slide. We are approaching 100 plant-based peer-reviewed ingredients. In order for the ingredients to be used, they have to have a minimum of 2 peer-reviewed studies. That means that there's 2 peer-reviewed studies and they are whole food, plant-based nutrition. Next slide. If you're into ingredients, take a look. You can take a look at some of the ones that we use. Some of that stuff, don't worry, if you're like me, you wouldn't be able to pronounce it anyway. And there's many more. But your particular report, when you swab, you send it in and you get back your report. Your report will be a 35-page report. And in the back of your report, you will know exactly what it is that you're getting, and you'll know exactly how much of each ingredient is going to be used to make your customized formula. Next slide. We acknowledge our DNA is the authority of what our body needs. The ignorant might ask, what will this product do for them? Well, the wise will anticipate what their body will do when it gets exactly what it's supposed to have. Uforia gives your body a voice. Next slide. What about the career opportunity? What about the perfect timing? What about the perfect timing? What would possibly be a better perfect timing than to be at the very forefront of a paradigm shift? Let me ask you a question. Did Apple change the game in their product? You can get your email, you can text, you can talk, you can take a picture, you can FaceTime. You think about all of the different things that people use the phone for. Did they change the game? They integrated a lot of things into one device, touch screen, etc. You know, think about what Apple did. Consider that a paradigm shift. Think about what Uber did. Paradigm shift. Think about Amazon. Huge. What Amazon did. Paradigm shift. You go example after example of paradigm shifts. When do you want to be part of the paradigm shift? Do you want to be part of the paradigm shift after the paradigm shifted? Or do you want to be part of the paradigm shift at the very, very forefront? And see, some people can identify it and others can't. And that's okay. That's why some people make a lot of money and some people watch them make a lot of money, because not everybody gets it. So please, if you're on this call tonight and you share this with someone, don't be frustrated because everybody doesn't see it the way you see it or when you see it. Because if that frustrated me, I wouldn't be on this call with you tonight, because I deal with the same thing. So, and it's amazing to me because sometimes I don't know whether to laugh or feel sorry for him, because it's almost like, what don't you see? Because I just see it so crystal clear, but everybody's not going to see paradigm shifts. So we're going to talk about perfect timing. Next slide. 2 ways to join. Some people may just simply want to be a customer. As a matter of fact, there's nothing wrong with being a customer. Some of the best business builders around in any company were customers first. They love the product. They love the service. They not only use it religiously, faithfully, they use it, but they automatically talk about it and they share it with others. They become an ambassador. They become a raving fan of the product or service. As a customer, there's no membership fee. You can simply swab. You buy a package, you swab yourself, you start on your first month of pre-trition. When your results come in, your second month, you're on the customized formula forward. You can also refer 4 people and have your product free. And you don't have to refer 4 every single month. You just simply have to have 4 loyal customers. And if you have 4 loyal customers, you'll have your product for free. Nutritionist, $39.95 for the year. $39.95 is your membership fee. That's for the year. And you have 2 sites, customer site, business site. Next slide. Compensation plan for nutritionists. Compensation plan, there's 5 ways to get paid. Your first start bonuses are paid every single week, and that's on your new enrollments, new members that you're signing up. There's a Uforia pool that's paid monthly, and that's on global CV from all new members. There's a residual bonus that's paid monthly in your placement tree from all of the commissionable volume that accumulates. There's a D&D bonus that's called a discount and dividend bonus on your enrollment tree. That can go up to a $20 bill on the discounts and dividends. The revenue share Rainmaker pool is paid quarterly, and that's from the global CV from members globally. So that pool is in its very first quarter right now, just started January. Next slide. Uforia rents, builder, producer, mover, shaker. When you start, you are a beginner. What do you need to do? Enroll your first person. As soon as you enroll your first person, congratulations, you're now a builder. How do you get paid? 2 levels deep. Level 1, level 2. What is the percentage? 5%. What do you do to get to your next level? Producer. You just need 1 more personally enrolled person. Now, what does that do to your commission? Takes you down 4 levels deep, 8%, 8%, 7%, 6%. Now, I'll walk you through that. You can just read that and go on up. Influencer is kind of like the middle of the road. It only requires 3 personally enrolled people in your legs with 1 paid rank of mover. And a total PV of 5,000 or higher. That's going to actually pay you down deep is 7 levels, and then there's going to be generations that you can get paid on after that. If you move up to the top of our pay scale, it's called a Rainmaker. And I want to point out, because some people, they just see points and they get blown away. You see 50,000 points, you get blown away, okay? 50,000 points, just so you know, is spread out over 6 legs that you started, 3 levels deep. Just so you know, just on easy ships, that's only 27 easy ships per level in each one of your legs. 27, that's it. 27 on 3 levels. Each level has 27 people. All the people that are starting on all these packages is CV on top of that. So really, if you added on your CV from your new starts, you wouldn't even need 27. You don't even need 27. If you had no new starts whatsoever, and you were taking this plan based on the commissionable volume of an easy ship, you need 27. Next slide. And $15 for shipping. It takes I don't know, 2 or 3 days to get it in. What I can do is I can say, hey, I bought a bundle and I can save you $5 on your shipping. And you can swab now. And then I collect however I want to collect. They can either give me cash, they can give me a Venmo, a Cash App, they could do PayPal, they can write me a check. It's however you want to sell the kit because you've already bought them. Kits are registered to you. So when we buy these 10 kits or we buy these 3 kits or we buy whatever the pack is, they're assigned to us. When they go online to register that kit and they use the code on the back, it says referred by Robert Carlisle. It says whose are those kits. It's going to be attached to you automatically by default for your customer. So every one of those kits are going to default back to you, but you sell those kits. So do the math. You know, I sell them for $169. I save the customer $5. I make an extra 10. So on 10 kits, $1,700 gives you an opportunity to make a $500 front end commission off those 10 packs. Plus it gives you an opportunity to have your discounts and dividends up to a $20 bill. Next slide. So every time you're paid as a Rainmaker, you get to participate in the revenue share pool. This pool represents 1% of the company's global CV from recurring orders. So people that do reach the Rainmaker are in a pool, a special bonus pool that's a revenue share that's only shared with people at the Rainmaker level. But that'll be a really nice share because it's for the entire company and it just gets split up with people that are playing at that level. So if you qualify for the Rainmaker level, you actually get a share in that pool. Next slide. So I want to wrap up. Since we got disconnected, I will spend a couple extra minutes with you here if you're a guest. You know, we have a mobile app. Our mobile app, you go to your store on your smartphone, download the mobile app right to your device, and you can prospect right off of that mobile app. There's actually, I see Francisco Cruz on this call on my screen. I see his name. Welcome to the call, Francisco. Francisco got recruited off of this mobile app just this week. Literally, I was sitting, I was just texting, I text somebody. I hadn't talked to Frank in probably 3 years. Hadn't talked to him in 3 years, sent them some information. I know you're going to know if they watched the video because you're going to know, you're going to get an alert back that says they watched the video. You're going to know how much of the video they watched. Now, if I had somebody watch 20% of the video, yes, I have. And I've had people watch 0%. And do you know what that tells me real quick? There's no pulse. And that's okay because there's 7 billion people on the planet and I get to move on and go talk to someone else. I get to go share it with someone else. I'm not going to sit here and worry about the ones that only watch 22% and ask them why did they only watch 22% and try and share with them the paradigm shift and what is it that they don't see. That takes too much time, energy, and effort. So I just want to go down to the next one until I can read my phone and see that the next person that watched the video, and then you go into the prospects into the app and you can literally see how much of the video they watched. Now, when I have somebody that watched 100%, I just go right on in and send them the next one. Because the videos are under 3 minutes. They're under 3 minutes. They're sizzle videos. They're short. They're sweet. They pique curiosity. They may strike a question or two. It's exactly what we're looking for. And then we circle around and get on the phone with them after they've watched a couple videos. We can have some dialogue with them on the phone. And here's the duplication process. So you may have heard me say before, you can do what works or you can do what duplicates. If you do what works, you'll spend the next, I don't know how much of your time learning all these ingredients, all these SNPs. You'll even know what DNA stands for. I don't really care. Everybody knows what, DNA. When you mention DNA, they have an idea about what that is. You can study all this crazy stuff, and you can become the brightest bulb on the tree. And what will happen is you will recruit a person here or there, but you'll never get really, really big. Really, really big requires your knowledge to be next to nothing. You literally do not need to know any of this stuff. What does DNA stand for? I don't know. It's a really great question. I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine who will probably not only answer that question for you, but any other question that's going to probably pop in your head, because I know I had a couple questions as well. And you're going to schedule that three-way call. You're not going to answer any of the questions. When it comes time to prospect, you're going to prospect from that phone, and then you're going to just simply introduce them to a three-way call. I'm telling you, it works magically. It works like magic if you'll just follow that simple duplication system. That's exactly how you wound up on this call. That's exactly how most people wind up on our three-way calls. Most people get invited to the webinar. So if it didn't work, you might not be here. So somebody probably showed you a video. Somebody probably shared with you a video that caught your attention, piqued your curiosity, and drove you to a call. The next will take care of itself, because once they get on the product, once they swab, once they get their results back, they will be talking and sharing, and just out of pure excitement and enthusiasm, they'll just be sharing it organically. Not because they're in a contest, not because they're motivated, just literally because they love the product and they're an ambassador of the product. It's great to be in a platform where the product is so amazing that the money actually just comes as a byproduct. And people aren't just totally focused on, well, look how much money you can make, and look how much money you can make, and look, yeah, it's just the money will come as a byproduct. The money will come, but you can just share the product story, share the technology, introduce people to who you're working with on a three-way call, help them get started, and as soon as you get started, get to our resources page and download what you're supposed to do when you start in this business. Step 1, step 2, step 3, literally just start in the business. We have it all laid out for you, completely, almost in a paint by the numbers, if you remember that, paint by the numbers, that anybody that has a little bit of a entrepreneur bone in their body that is looking for a vehicle that can deliver a couple things: time freedom and some residual income. You couldn't be looking at this at a better time. Folks, thanks for joining us tonight. If you have any other questions, please get back to the person that invited you to the call, and someone will be happy to take the time out to share and do a three-way call and help get your questions answered to help get you started. I'd like to welcome you in advance to the Wealth Builders team, and welcome to Uforia. Thank you for joining us.